Hi everyone, good afternoon. Dr. Stephen here from Dr. Stephen's Innovation Group. We have a YouTube called Dr. Stephen's Innovation. Today I'm going to describe about autophagy. Autophagy means autophagy. It can sound as, it means self-eating. Auto means self. Phagy means eating. It is not that you take a fat and eat. It is a signal happens in the subconscious mind. When you don't eat more than 12 hours, that happens. It's an easier way is skip breakfast alone will trigger autophagy on our human body. So before discussing regarding autophagy, I want to tell about my own personal history and personal how I healed myself with various disease. For that, I prepared a small presentation for longevity and disease prevention. In that, I use 5 pathways for disease-free life. These 5 pathways which helped me, I felt why not tell you. That is why this presentation. After this presentation, I'll describe deeply about autophagy. Autophagy won a Nobel Prize by Oshimo from Japan in 2016. So let's straight away jump into presentation. This is the presentation which index I'm going to use 5 pathways, human biology and my transformation for deficiency and dietary plan and supplement for this program. 5 pathway for disease-free life, or it is a game-changing practices that have transformed my life. So I'm going to describe about each one of them. That is, follow hormesis. That is, tricking your subconscious mind in state of adversity is called hormesis. Otherwise, shocking the brain, that is subconscious mind in state of adversity is called hormesis. And this is very powerful. The pathway is when you do this hormetic, either it is deep tongue cleaning or cold shower or get scared, the goosebump develops. The goosebump is otherwise known as hormetic signal from subconscious mind. Hit the cell in epigenome. Genome cannot be changed, but epigenome signal to the gene where the gene of the cell from epigenomic information happens to the thing to change the age of the genomic sequence. That is epigenome pattern, like 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, there is a band in epigenomic sequencing. In that, if a person is 50, if you continuously follow hormetic response, it will pull the age down to younger age. That is how it happens. It is sympathetic shocking of the cell is called hormesis. And follow autophagy. I have already described. Autophagy is the main topic today. We are going to discuss about it. That is called self-eating. Auto means self, phagy means eating. That show your stomach empty more than 12 hours it happens. And if it is continuous more than 16 hours, 24 hours, 70 hours, the autophagic stages develop: superficial, medium, and deep autophagy. I'll discuss about these 3 later. And follow sufficiency. Enough raw material in the body, perfectly required. If you take, that person may not get much disease. Sufficiency is another big topic. Today I'm going to discuss about sufficiency. Adequate nutrient in your body is called sufficient. Follow dharma. That is circadian rhythm, various peaceful life called dharma. Ground yourself means our body, mitochondria especially, produce a lot of negative current in your body. If you accumulate, the inflammatory cascade gets stimulated, you get a lot of inflammatory disorder, including cancer can come. To prevent that, if you these 5 pathways I followed, I am informing you to follow for better health and longevity. This was me in 2023. I was suffering from, though I was looking fatter, healthier, but I was not healthy. I had all this condition: high blood pressure, high level of cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, coronary heart disease, maybe stroke I had. osteomyelitis, gallstone, sleep apneic syndrome, certain cancers which I have not had, low quality of life, mental illness, anxiety, body pain, generally increased risk of mortality is what created fear in me that I don't want to die, I want to find out. That led me in 2023, where I started researching, read various papers, started reading about biome, contacted various health watchers and followed them on YouTube. Finally, I found this pathway to heal yourself. I healed myself within 1 year without any drug and medication. I wanted to talk about it. This was me in 2023. Within about a year's time, this was me, almost 89 kg. This was my face. Completely transformed. My skin become tighter and I become thin. 69 kg. My BMI become 21. It is not that alone. I cured all this illness. I'm disease free. My BP was uncontrollable, though I was taking medication. My knee joint was swelled up like this. I used to limp and walk. Whole day I used to struggle a lot. I had an autoimmune condition, skin condition called lichen planus, where dermatologists 2 years they treated me. I was not feeling good. I continued to have. So the various research and gone into human biology, how cell works. Human biology is a huge subject in medical community, but just to read about a cell, each cell, which is called site, we say, each cell, if you say it is in the bone, it is called osteocyte. It is in the brain, it's a neuron cell. If it is in the muscle, it's called myocytes. These cells, if you read about one cell function, it is equivalent to reading about human biology. So just to say about in human biology, our body, entire body has only 32 trillion cells, whereas our intestine alone, we have 100 trillion bacteria. That is why I put this 80% we are bacteria in nature, in human biology. I'll come over to later. In each cell, there are cytoplasm, that is cell structures. But important one is the organelle which is there inside the cell. They are the one who takes care of your energy and metabolism. So to talk about the mitochondria, they are energy producing organelles. These guys, when you give glucose, they convert in Krebs cycle to ATP. This ATP produce heat and energy. That is what keep our body healthy. That is called metabolism. Suppose if you give low glucose to the cell, that is called autophagy. Immediately cell will inform the other system. Brain will especially inform the liver and pancreas to go into autophagic mode. Fat in the abdomen, stored fat from the liver, stored fat from organelles, gets converted to ketone. This ketone goes to the cell that produce 10 times more energy than the glucose. That is called ketosis, we say. It is very healthy. Even brain will love. Lot of people who has mental fogness, Alzheimer's disease, dementia can be cured with autophagy. So this autophagome secreted in the brain, which happens, I told you, low glucose, immediately ketone comes to the cell, that used as a nutrition, it becomes 10 times higher, more powerful than that. When it comes to mitochondria, when they produce so much energy, it produces heat. That heat generates free radicals. It's called oxidation damage, can happen to the cell. To prevent that, we have radiator naturally produced in our liver. They are called glutathione, melatonin, SOD, and phycocyanin. These are all gets depleted when you are 40 radiator. Then the life is healthier. How you do it? Just simply take spirulina has a glutathione, melatonin, SOD, phycocyanin. If you don't take spirulina, you can take glutathione separately, melatonin separately, phycocyanin, SOD separately as a supplement. This will keep the body healthy. That about human biology. how to take care of your cell by only way is to make a body sufficient means there are enough of micronutrient, trace mineral, minerals and macronutrient. These nutrients should be perfectly given to human body. There are not much disease will come. 100% I know. So when it comes to deficiency of these micronutrients and minerals, we are lacking prebiotic fiber. We are not consuming roots, we are not consuming vegetables, legumes, we are not taking enough fiber, spices. That is why our bacteria in the gut disrupt, they become bad bacteria. We are taking a lot of sugary meal. These things will disrupt our metabolism, causes chronic ill health condition. Example, vegetable, mushroom, lady's finger, cruciferous vegetable like broccoli, lettuce, roots like carrot, beetroot, radish, sweet potato, fruits like avocado, dragon fruit, pomegranate, berries, nut, walnut, pistachio, you can even say coconut. Probiotic, fermented food, kimchi, pickle, olives, fermented olives, yogurt, aged cheese. These are all must be taken after prebiotic. If you do not take, again you will have a less bacterial growth in the gut. That causes disturb and leaky gut, causing various illness. There is one bacteria called Akkermansia mesonopelia. There is one bacteria called L. reuteri, bifidobacterium. These are very important because these things, Akkermansia produces butyric acid is so important, it prevents colonic cancer. Can you believe that? L. reuteri, that is Lactobacillus reuteri, directly gives, if you eat cheese, it gives C15 is a hot chain fatty acid, which is very good for health, for longevity. People are, lot of health watchers watching on L. reuteri. Bifidobacterium. Bifidobacterium is result, if you put pomegranate on it, you will get urolithin is prevention of asthma, prevention of allergic rhinitis, prevention of inflammation. So those sufficiency, deficiency are discussed. Next is commonly used food that has actually toxic for our gut or nightshades, tomato, cucumber, cashews, capsicum, bell pepper, eggplant, peanut, all these are full of lectin. These lectins are very toxic to human body. Gluten also very toxic, which is there in the wheat. And casein are very highly toxic. If you are a normal person tolerating these things, may be free to eat. If you are an abnormal person that having skin disease, other inflammatory condition, you should not touch this food. Otherwise, there is a DC technique. Tomato, if you want to DC, you need to remove the skin and remove the seed, then it is safer. Tomato has a very good health benefit, but if you take out the cucumber also, you need to remove the seed and the skin, then lectin content will come down. I'll tell you how important the lectin taken person. One cucumber you take, if you are toxic to lectin, the lectin will remain 6 months in your body. So important, so unhealthy it is. Avoid lectin and gluten, casein. Lectin can disturb, leaky gut is the result of all autoimmune disease. Lectin can interfere with absorption of nutrient. Lectin also causes nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, abdomen pain, IBS, all that can come. Method to remove, as I told you. Deficiency in postbiotic, that is macronutrient, carbohydrate, protein. In protein and fat, you should take 0.5 mg per kg body weight. You cannot calculate. Very easy way I'll tell you to go for protein and fat is healthy protein, healthy fat. That is example olive oil, butter, coconut oil, all this are fat, healthy fat. Protein, you can take pistachio, walnut or fish, organic, wild caught, salmon is very good. Small fish, anchovy, all these are very good. All fish are good actually for protein source, but you should not take excessively. If you take excessive protein, it will activate the mTOR pathway, which is not good for longevity. mTOR pathway, if you take more protein and exercise, that will trigger the mTOR pathway. 1, 2, excessive protein also will lead to gluconeogenesis from the liver. The protein becomes glucose and it spikes the insulin. Again, it goes into metabolic chaos. Should avoid all that. But carbohydrate, when it comes to, it should be taken as a complex carbohydrate. You cannot take simple sugar. Example, including rice, sugary item, honey and pasta, including rice, has a lot of simple sugar avoid. You should go for complex, sucrose, fiber-rich content. If you take, that takes longer time to convert it to glucose, then your insulin spike may not happen. If insulin spike happens, only causes metabolic issue. If insulin is kept low, glucose is kept low in the blood, person will not develop much disease. So mindful of macronutrient. Important is micronutrient, minerals and trace mineral. Come into micronutrient, we have very important fat soluble vitamin is what mineralize our body, calms the immunity and gives the bone density and eye health, all through fat soluble vitamin only it happens. In our food, vitamin E and A and E available in the food sufficiently. If you take a carrot, it is available. Vitamin E, you take avocado, any of the berries, vitamin E is available. But D and K, not available enough in the food. Vitamin K2 especially, not available enough in the food. Vitamin D is also not available in our sun. We are Asian, we are tan people. Always supplementation is more important of these two vitamin. If you take adequately, make sure your D3 is above 100 in your blood, and K2, if you take 100 microgram every day, you may not go to heart surgeon. That important it is. Please take it. And water soluble vitamin, most of them are available in the food. Only problem here, B9 and B12 is not enough available in the food. You need to supplement. How will you sublingually? Because in India, more than 40% of common people have MDHFR mutation in a gene, so that it does not get converted to methylated form of vitamin B12 and folate. This too helps the homocysteine to come down. Homocysteine is very important. It is a protein degradation causes homocysteine level to go up. If you give B12 and B9, will bring the homocysteine down. Homocysteine is what causes stroke. Homocysteine is what causes greasing of blood and causes heart disease also. Homocysteine is so important, it should not be above 6. Anybody has 30, 40 and all, they are prone for heart disease. Please take sublingually, it will act. And methylated form of cyanocobalamin is required. It's called methyl cyanocobalamin is preferred one, and methylated form of B9 is required sublingually, so that you don't have to do costly test and gene correction in the body for MDHF. Minerals required every day, every minute adequately in our body to function properly. That's all. Sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, phosphate and chloride. Most of the food or water, we have only 4 minerals: sodium, calcium, phosphate and chloride. Potassium and magnesium, we are all deficient. Especially if you follow autophagy, if you follow, that is, if you are not eating 12 hours, that happens, I told you. Those kind of people, potassium can go down, have foggy brain, heartbeat more. To prevent that, potassium should be supplemented. It is available as hot chlor. Just take a teaspoon every day will sufficient. Abundant mineral, macro mineral in the body that has to be supplemented. It is not available in our food. Please take it. It is available in avocado. Not enough. You cannot take so much avocado or banana. In my program, I say fruits, most of them have potassium and magnesium. But fruit has also fructose. It is a mitochondrial poison. So most of the fruit in my program, we tell them to avoid. Avocado is good, berry is good. This has enough fiber, enough potassium, enough magnesium. And micro minerals are so much important in India. 100% I know everyone deficient because of these micro minerals, otherwise trace mineral causing diseases. Can you believe? Iodine causes thyroid problem, iron causes anemia, selenium causes again thyroid problem, copper again thyroid problem, manganese causes inflammatory pathway disorders. Lot of disorders can be various. It can be spoken in hundreds of hours. Since we don't have time much, and also understanding issue will come. Postbiotic compound. We are all completely deficient in postbiotic compound. All health watchers are watching this product called postbiotic compound. Postbiotic compounds are prebiotic digested with bacteria. That poops, that is actually when they come, froth, gasomolecule comes, that is called postbiotic compound. They're called butyric acid, nitric oxide, carbon 15, urolithin, acetate, spermidine, hydrogen sulfide, pituitrin, propionic acid, glutamate, mucin, carbon dioxide, like that, etc., etc. Around 25 of them are there. In that, nitric oxide already won a Nobel Prize, which is used for BP. Carbon 15 is for longevity. They have researched carbon 15. There was a research in California. There was one lady, Merlin. She's from US. She's a veterinary surgeon. She requested US department that she wants to research on dolphins. She was allowed to do so. In that research, she found out she's given carbon 15 for dolphins. The carbon 15 given dolphin lived 50% more than the normal dolphin. That means imagine what powerful it can do. It reduces the metabolic issue, it increases the metabolic rate, the dolphin becomes healthier. And it is also available, very expensive, not in India, it is available, can be cultured and produced in our own house as a food. I have made postbiotic chutney, I called it as. Dab is enough, just dab, you keep it in the mouth, your gut will, enterocyte will heal. Your gut health is more important. All begins from gut. It was told by Hippocrates. This is what he meant to say, that all begins from gut. If you have enough of postbiotic compound in your enterocyte, colon, jejunum, everywhere, your enterocyte will love it. You will live automatically longer. Next slide is, I told you postbiotics are so important. In my house, I prepare most of the postbiotic compound, that is spermidine, urolithin, like that. In that, you take mushroom, you put L-reuteri capsule after cooking mushroom and ferment it. The result is spermidine directly causes autophagy. It is so important, spermidine postbiotic compound for good health. Next is lactobacillus, you put pomegranate seed. Urolithin is the result. Urolithin prevents asthma. Can you believe? That is called gut-lung axis, gut-nasal axis, gut-sinus axis, like that. These accesses are happen only with postbiotic compound. Like spermidine, I say, if spermidine secrete in the intestine, they get absorbed in the blood, goes to the brain, helps the brain cell to become healthier. It goes to the liver, it clears the fatty liver. It creates each cell autophagy, spermidine alone. And Akkermansia muciniphila, that is the bacteria. If you give butter to it, you get butyric acid is so important, otherwise known as butyrate. This butyric acid prevents colonic cancer. That means butyric acid helps prevents the cancer in the colon, polyp in the colon, and also our feces will become very lubricated around the mucosa and easy to propel your feces out. Or acetic acid or aspartate. It is from vinegar, any vinegar, either it is apple cider vinegar, coconut vinegar, any fruit you take, you can make a vinegar instead of eating fruits. This acetic acid directly helps intestine to produce mucin, and also it helps to produce butyrate. So acetic acid also postbiotic compound. It's a very important one. The person who takes acetic acid 1 teaspoon a day, twice a day, will not develop high sugar. You will not develop diabetic. It is so important. And balsamic vinegar directly, propionate also very important postbiotic compound. It helps metabolism to become healthier. It seems it helps for hair growth. It helps skin to heal. All that happens. Beetroot as a nitrate that gets converted in the blood as nitric oxide. If nitric oxide is there in your blood, in your cell, that person will not develop hypertension. Hydrogen sulfide is there in all veggie like onion, any cruciferous veggie. It gets sulfide, sulfuric acid becomes hydrogen sulfide. It's a gaseous molecule again. Slight smell may come if you see that, but it's good for health. That creates, there is a known fact that Alzheimer's disease, person who takes a lot of onion, they can have a lot of hydrogen sulfide in our blood. That gives gut-brain access. Gut and brain, they access, the brain becomes better. So important. And soda, again, carbon dioxide also helps in the blood. It also creates a lot of health benefit. And carbon 15, I told you earlier about the research. Usually it is there in the fish skin, dry fish, and aged vinegar as carbon 15. And dry fish, in my program, I usually recommend vegan diet, that is vegetarian diet. If someone wants to try non-veg, we have a chart for non-vegetarian also. Fish and chicken is good. If you want to eat non-veg, egg is good. Avoid red meat because red meat has a new 5GC. It's a sugar molecule in our intestine which will fight and cross-react with new 5AC is what our intestine has a sugar molecule. This two clump like agglutination kind of a reaction takes place. It can cause leaky gut and various disease can come. When it comes to diet, I eat like this. All roots are good because root has high fiber content, high mineral content, highly nourished for the food. In the root, we call carrot, sweet potato, tapioca, coconut, beets. In veggie, mushroom, lady's finger, cruciferous vegetable, anything. All greens are good. Fruit, only berry, avocado, and dragon fruit and pomegranate is good. Nut, walnut and pistachio. None of the other nuts are good. Be careful because nut has a lectin. Should avoid that. And all spices are good. Because of this spice only, spice trade happened. Finally, subsequently, India was occupied by British. This was the reason. It is so powerful. All spices are good. I take 4 deadly combination: cinnamon, pepper, haldi and clove. This 4 make one portion you powder it, keep it in a jar, take 1 teaspoon, put it in curd and eat it. It's very important. After eating all this, eat this fermented food called postbiotic has to be eaten, which is what required for the body, which I told you earlier. Postbiotic means macronutrient, micronutrient, mineral and trace mineral all there. And rice you should flavor like this, either lime rice, curd rice. If you don't want to eat any of the day, if you are going into window eating or skipping your breakfast and lunch, have spirulina. It is a superfood. It has protein directly as amino acid. It has minerals, trace minerals, everything in it, and mild carbohydrate also. It is a keto friendly. Spirulina is a game changer. You can even prevent starvation, poverty. Spirulina biscuit in the morning, spirulina biscuit in the night. Enough, no need for food. That means you don't have to cultivate so much food, and why Indira canteen, all that not required. If you give spirulina. Without supplement, we cannot survive in India because we are depleted soil, depleted nutrient in our consumption of food. It's better to get high quality supplement in your system. That is in vitamins, B vitamin, C vitamin, choline. You don't have to consume every day, even weekly once. If you take is enough. In minerals, Celtic salt, Bahawal salt, pinch in the morning, pinch in the night enough. I also kept, I'll talk in autophagy. There is a concoction. Make 1 liter of water, add the Celtic salt, tea, coffee, and what else we had? Green tea, Bahawal salt, Celtic salt, and these things are cooled down and keep consuming whole day and eat only. I eat only once a day, so I drink this concoction whole day, and then should not drink more than 1.5 liter of water. 1 liter water is better. Water should not be consumed more than 1.5 liter. And fat soluble vitamin in that all are available. Only K and D, KD not available. That is why people are getting heart disease. Please take D3 and K2. You will not go to dentist. You will not go to heart surgeon because D3 and K2 mineralize our dentine. You will not get caries tooth. You will not get mouth problem at all. Please supplement. The adequate amount is D3 is 60,000 every day for 30 days, then weekly for lifelong. Make sure your level is above 100 or 150 is a normal. And K2 100 MK7 form is good for health. Other compound like omega fatty acid, spirulina, resveratrol, NMN, vinegar. So with this, I thank you all for listening to me. This is only introductory video, and then I'll start up autophagy for another few minutes. This is my YouTube channel. You can close up and scan it. You will get it on YouTube about my information. If you heal the gut, most of the problem human body will go. Thank you.